How you doing, folks? Spoons here, and in this video I'm going to be telling you a few things that I have learned on how to win games of Hardpoint in Titanfall. Now, none of this is set in stone. You guys can use your own methods or formulas, but I'm just trying to push you guys in the right direction for those of you who don't have a direction, and maybe you're a casual player and you really don't know where to get started with how to win Hardpoint games. I'm just trying to help you guys out. Let's just get right into it now. The first thing is partying up. Now, this might seem pretty obvious to some of you guys, but a lot of you guys play solo, and you might notice that you're kind of losing a lot of games, especially when you play Hardpoint. Now, I highly recommend that you party up. Now, this goes for almost every game mode because communication is key. Now, if you don't communicate with your teammates, you're probably gonna lose. Now, if you don't have any buddies on Xbox One, maybe they all got it for PC or vice versa, or perhaps none of your friends are online, I highly recommend that you just message someone in-game and say, hey, you want to party up? And then there you go. You already got a party started, and you can add more people to that if you so please, but the more people the better, I say, in a party, especially if you guys are dedicated to winning. And you don't really want to party up with people who are going to dilly-dally. Obviously, this is pretty obvious stuff here, but for those of you who tend to play solo, try partying up with people because you'll see your win percentage will probably grow, and it's just a great way to play the game in general because you meet new people. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is using the right class. Now, there really isn't a right class, but I believe that there should be a class for each game mode that you guys play. You don't really want to use the same class for every single game mode because each game mode plays differently. So, for example, my Hardpoint class uses the Stim tactical ability. Now, what Stim does, if you don't know, it speeds up your character, and I think that is or should I say speeds up your pilot, and I think that is absolutely essential to playing Hardpoint. If I notice that another team is neutralizing a point, I will immediately use my Stim to push that point, and I'll go over there as soon as I can because I do not want that other team to get any points. Alright, so let's talk about the gun and which one you should use. Now, personally, I use the SMG just because I like the rate of fire, and I like it. It's a small weapon. I can run around pretty quickly with it. You can use the assault rifle, which is the carbine. I don't see any problem using that. It's pretty similar to the SMG. However, it's not going to have as fast a rate of fire, but it's going to have a better range. Now, also the shotgun. I do find the shotgun to be a useful weapon in Hardpoint, especially on a small map. However, I know there are complaints about it being OP, but it is a good weapon to use. If you're trying to cap a point, you can easily go in and clean out the other team. And also, it's not going to have as good of a range as the SMG and the assault rifle, obviously, but it is still a good weapon, so I highly recommend either using an SMG, the carbine assault rifle, or the shotgun. Now, the next thing is your Titan and which one you should choose. So I use the Strider in Hardpoint as well as Capture the Flag just because I feel like the dashes, the extra dashes that it allows you to have is really essential to trying to cap points when you're using your Titan. Now, another thing about using your Titan is it really is essential that you have map knowledge because not every point is going to be accessible by your Titan. Next thing I want to talk about is the 6-person breakup. Now, there's 6 people on each team and there's 3 points, so you guys can probably do the math. You can send 2 people to each point right at the beginning of the game. Now, I highly recommend doing this just because you can spread out your team evenly and basically get a feel for what the other team is going to be doing. Now, I recommend doing this for the start of each game, but you really don't have to go through with it for the entire game. The only reason you do it at the beginning of the game is you sort of get an idea of what the other team is doing, and you can do it evenly without one guy going to B and then he just gets, screwed over. If you have 2 people there, you can definitely watch each other's back. And yeah, I think that the 2-2-2 breakup is very essential to playing Hardpoint, especially when you start the game. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is something I call the 2-point strangle. And basically what this is you want to cap 2 points. You don't care about the 3rd point because if you cap 2 points, then you can easily just beat the other team. Now, for example, if you have A and B on your team and the other team starts to cap A, you immediately go to C. Because if you immediately go to C, you can cap B and C and you can still have that 2-point strangle. Now, if you try to fight for A, that 1 point is going to be contested and you're going to be holding 1 point and the other team is going to be holding 1 point. So you're only going to be a 1-1 and that'll be completely even, so you're going to be going up at the same rate with 1 point being contested. But if you go to C and you allow the other team to just get A, then you can basically shift over your points to A and B, to B and C, and you still have that 2-point strangle. Now again, this might seem pretty obvious to some of you, but for a lot of new players who definitely don't really know which direction to go, the 2-point strangle is absolutely crucial to winning hardpoint games. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And basically these are things, like I said, that I have learned, so please don't take this as set in stone. Some of these things may not fit with your play style, and that is absolutely fine. If you guys have any other tips, please leave them in the comment section below. I really do appreciate it. I hope this video helped you new players out. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.